Gentleman yields back. Chair now recognizes the gentleman from Wisconsin, Mr. Duffy, chairman of our Housing and Insurance Subcommittee.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, Mr. Powell. I'm up here on the back row. You probably can't find me. Some of my colleagues on the other side of the aisle have discussed harmful economic policies, some in their opening statements specifically. So if you look at the harmful economic policies that have taken hold over the last year and a half. So President Trump has worked hard to streamline and reduce regulation. We had a historic tax cut. We've tried to rebuild our military. We've pushed for American energy independence. If you take together all of, I would quote, those harmful economic policies, what has that actually done for the African-American unemployment rate in America?
As I mentioned, I think...
Has it gone up?
It's gone down significantly.
Say that one more time. What's happened to African-American unemployment?
It's come down quite a bit.
It's come down quite a bit. How about the Hispanic unemployment rate? Has that gone up under these harmful economic policies?
It has come down quite a bit.
It's come down quite a bit. So is it fair to say these policies actually aren't harmful? They're actually growing the economy. They're putting people back to work. Is that a fair assessment, Mr. Powell?
It's fair to say that the unemployment rates are very low, and that a lot of things go into that.
So you wouldn't say today that it has anything to do with regulation or tax?
I'm reluctant to get into the credit assignment game. It's really not up to us. I can report on the economy, but I do think that...
But I know, but you report on the economy and you look at all the different factors that come into play in the economy. And so have these factors had anything to do with the growth that you have seen in this economy?
So I attribute declining unemployment to, positive surveys among businesses. Really, they feel good about the business climate.
Why do they feel better about their businesses, Chairman? Because they get to keep a little more of their money? Is that possible?
Certainly.
Maybe? How about if instead of having to navigate government rules and regulations, they actually get to focus on running their business? Could that attribute to the positive view they have on the economy and their businesses?
I think you've seen very positive business confidence surveys.
Okay, so I'll take it that you're not going to answer my question. I understand the position in which you said. I want to talk to you about trade. I'm a free trader like you are. I think free trade is great for our economy. But I also think that if you don't have fair trade, if you have deals with places like China where you have American companies that invest millions or billions of dollars in their technology and you do business with China and they steal it from you, or they subsidize their companies that come and do business in America where we have, for the most part, ourselves, where we actually can't, they have barriers to American-produced goods. How long does that relationship last where our economy is open, theirs is closed? Does that set us up for a long-term successful economy as it relates to China?
So I strongly agree with you that trade needs to be fair as well as free.
Is it fair now?
Well, I think if you look at the rules-based post-war system, it's consistently resulted in lower and lower trade barriers.
That's not, no, our relationship with China, is it a fair trade? Do you have a fair trade relationship with China?
I think it's very clear that some countries, in China in particular, have less open trading systems than we would like, and
it's not fair.
Appropriate for us to address that.
And so do you think it's easier to deal with China 15 years from now when their economy is that much larger and stronger, or maybe their military is larger and stronger than it is today?
That's really a judgment for the people who have responsibility for trade.
I would agree with that. I'm going to quickly turn to the President's America First policy. Do you agree with that?
Maybe you could be more specific?
Well, do you think we should put American interests first? Do we think we should look out for the global interests or American interests?
I mean, we work under a statute that has us focused on maximum employment and stable prices here in America.
Maximum employment for Americans, not for the globe, right?
In America.
So we're looking out for Americans.
Of course, we live in a global economy where the global economy affects that.
No, that's true, but we can look at the global economy, but always how it affects our own
Entirely domestic. Our goals are entirely domestic.
Do you believe the U.S. insurance companies are well capitalized and solvent today?
Yes.
Do you believe that our system of regulating American insurers has worked well over the last 150 years?
I can speak to the last decade or so, and I'd say yes.
Pretty good, huh? So would you agree that we should not enter any international agreement or standard setting that would undermine our U.S. Insurance regulatory system, state-based model?
Yes, yeah, I would.